Okay, example 18 is where we're at. Again, we're going to look at this problem and see if we have any initial or equilibrium things in position. Concentrations are pressures. I see pressures, so therefore I don't have to worry about calculating anything. I can just use them straightforward. I know that I'm going to need the pressure of HI, or at least consider to see if I have it, the pressure of I2, and the pressure of H2, because all of these would have to be at some point used in some way or another in our expression, depending on the type of problem. So these here could be given, or we could have to solve for them, or they'll be X, or some version of X. Okay, so we have the pressure of HI to be 5.00 times 10 to the negative first atm. We have the pressure of H2, let's do I2 here. I2 is 5.00 times 10 to the negative third atm. ATM is atmosphere, so it's a pressure. And we have H2 to be 5.00 times 10 to the negative third atm. Okay, so I pulled that out of where? I pulled that out of reading this problem. So I just read right here. I'm going to take a moment to put these closer to each other just for space for you to follow along my problem. Oop. So I'm just moving them up with that tool I have. Okay. Let me make sure everything looks good. Okay. I'll stick with the red ink. I forgot to try to change to blue. Okay, so what are these positions described as? They're given, so I either have to next decide if they're I's or E's. And so basically the way I'm reading that, this is an I because it doesn't tell me it's an E. This is an I position because it doesn't tell me it's E. And this is an I position because it doesn't tell me it's an E. Okay, so then I know I need an ice chart. So H2 plus I2 goes to 2HI. I have I, C, E here. This is going to be 5.00 times 10 to the negative third, and 5.00 times 10 to the negative third, and 5.00 times 10 to the negative first, based on my word problems. Okay, I have no zero, so I do not know which direction. To establish direction, always we have to do Q versus K, or in this case, QP versus KP. Remember that P just means pressure units, and without the P means we're using concentrations. So we have a K given to us as 1.00 times 10 to the second, right here. And we have to figure out Q. So to do Q, we do a Q just like we do a K, except we use initial values. So if you think about what our QP would be, same thing as Q, we would have HI squared over H2 times I2. So in this case, we're going to have 5, let me give myself some more space here, 5.00 times 10 to the negative first squared over 5.00 times 10 to the negative third, and 5.00 times 10 to the negative third. So we're going to crank that out on our calculator. There goes my calculator. Let me grab that. So 5.00 to the first squared, negative 1. 5.00 times 10 to the negative 1. On top, I'm going to square that. I'm going to divide by 5.00 to the 3 negative, and 5.00 to the 3 negative. Hold on, I did something funky on my calculator. Let me try that again. And I get 1.00 times 10 to the fourth. So I'm back up here, 1.00 times 10 to the fourth. So this is definitely this way. If you look at those numbers in standard notation, you will see that that's the way the sign will go. So now I know which direction Pac-Man can travel. I know that this is going to have to be plus X and plus x, and this is going to be minus 2x. Why? Because Pac-Man, this is my Pac-Man, and he can only eat positives. He starts at the arrow, and he is going to have to travel to the left, and that's why they are positive. Why only ones? Because there's coefficients of 1. Why minus 2x? Because if this side is positive, the other side needs to be negative, and it's a negative 2 because of the 2 in front. So to get my E, I'm going to take 5.00 times 10 to the negative third plus x, and for 5.00 times 10 to the negative third plus x, and this is going to be 5.00 times 10 to the negative 1 minus 2x. Okay, so now we have e's that we can plug in because we never had e's to start with. So then we know this is going to be 1.00 times 10 to the second. That's my k value. And then we're going to keep in mind that this is going to be same kind of expression as this thing. So it's going to be 5.00 times 10 to the negative 1 minus 2x, and I got to square that over 5.00 times 10 to the negative third plus x for the h2 part, and 5.00 times 10 to the negative third plus x for the I2 part. Hopefully you're recognizing that that's going to be 1.00 times 10 to the second, and it's going to be 5.00 times 10 to the minus 1 minus 2x. That's squared, and these two are the same thing, so we also have 5.00 times 10 to the negative third plus x squared. And so I have a squared and a squared, so I'm going to square root both sides. Square root this side, take the square root of that side. I'm going to get 10 equals 5.00 times 10 to the negative first minus 2x. And this is going to be 5.00 times 10 to the negative third plus x. I'm going to solve for x by cross multiplying. So I'm going to put this under 1, and I'm going to cross multiply, so this is going to be 10 times 5.00 times 10 to the negative third plus x. That equal to 5.00 times 10 to the negative first minus 2x. So all I did was put it over 1 and cross multiply. I'm going to distribute that number 2 through, distribute my 10 through, and this is going to be 5.00 times 10 to the negative second plus 10x equals 5.00 times 10 to the negative 1 minus 2x. Again, like I've said on many of these problems, show me as much math as you need or you need to do. The more you show me, the more I can help. Combine like terms, so I'm going to add 2x to this side and 2x to this side. So then that's going to be 5.00 times 10 to the negative second plus 12x equals 5.00 times 10 to the negative first. Continuing to combine that, I'm going to subtract this from both sides. That's a minus. Let me make sure that's clear. Let's fix that. Okay. So then I have 12x equals 5.00 to the 1 negative minus 5.00 to the 2 negative. I get 4.50 times 10 to the negative 1. I'm going to divide that by 12, and I get x to be 3.75 times 10 to the negative second. So that's my x value. Let's look and see what this question asked us for. It asked us for the equilibrium pressure, so we're going to have to plug that into here. And I will change colors for purpose of seeing things clearly, so that both of these two are going to be calculate it by 5.00 times 10 to the negative third plus 3.75 to the negative second. So that's going to be 4.25 times 10 to the negative second, and that will be for, if I remember, H2 and I2. And then I'm going to calculate the value for this guy down here. If I may, sorry about the space. So we're going to do, I went back up to see that it was 5.00 times 10 to the negative first minus 2x. So that's 5.00 times 10 to the minus first minus 2 times 3.75 times 10 to the negative second. That's what x was, if you remember. 5.00 to the 1 negative minus 2 times 3.75 to the 2 negative. And I get 4.25 times 10 to the negative first. And that is for HI. Yes, HI. Concentration of HI.